Okay, hey everyone. Today I want to just do a short video giving a comparison, a side-by-side comparison of the first generation Low Pro FX and this new generation Low Pro FX1 clipper. So it's not going to be a long video, but for those of you who are considering maybe upgrading to the Low Pro FX1, thought you might just appreciate a side-by-side comparison so you can kind of see the differences in between these two clippers. This video is also in 4K, so if you want to put it on the highest resolution so you can see all the details clearly, then by all means do so. So the first thing and the first difference between the two is the Low Pro FX, the original version, does have the standard kind of Babilis charging mount, whereas the FX1 is purely cordless. So the original version is both corded and cordless. You can use it with the cord plugged in or with it cordless, whereas say the Low Pro FX1 has the interchangeable battery system, so can just push this button on the back and it will cause the battery just to pop out, and then I can pull out and remove the battery. Okay, so it just goes out like that, and then I can plug another one in. So that's the kind of, if you want to say, the first difference between the two. Also worth noting, with the Babilis FX Low Pro FX, so this is just say the standard Babilis charger. Many of you will be familiar with these, probably got loads of them lying around. Now with the FX1 we get this nice charging pod for the battery. I'll just try and focus in here, see if you can see it there. Okay, but if I turn it around, great thing is you have the standard Babilis plug charger, but you also have USB-C, so you can use either or to charge your batteries. Now in terms of charging the batteries with the pod, so I charged mine earlier, and one thing I like is I actually used an Apple charger. This is a 10-watt Apple charger, USB-A Apple charger. These are kind of an older style. I know now they do that, the USB-C 20-watt chargers, but you could use another charger and just need a USB cable and plug it in and charge. So with that 10-watt charger, it was a 2-hour charge time. Now Babilis do supply a plug in the box, as you'll have seen from my unboxing video, but I've got so many plugs lying around, I was like, there's no point taking out another one, so I just used my Apple charger, but you can use the Babilis one that they provide also. What I would say is, if you were to use one of the newer Apple chargers, the USB-C ones, which are 20-watt, I'm not sure if it would charge the battery any faster. The only thing that I might say is, with faster charging does lead to quicker battery degradation, so you may not want to go down that route of using, say, your phone charger, which may be 20-watt or even 30-watt, as that may reduce the battery life quicker because of the faster charging if it has that facility. Okay, that's just a point there to mention. So I mentioned the battery on the Low Pro FX1 is 2 hours charge time, and it has a 2.5-hour run time, whereas the original Low Pro FX had a 3-hour charge time with a 2-hour run time. So another improvement there from Babilis. Then the motors in both of these clippers are different. It has been improved. It's now got the N1 digital motor with dual ball bearings to be very smooth, very powerful. It delivers 6,800 RPMs. The original Low Pro, I believe it was the same RPMs, but the motor was louder. It was a brushless, it said high torque brushless motor. So just to give a comparison in terms of the sound, I'll do the FX1 first, and then if I do the Low Pro FX, I think you can probably tell there that the original Low Pro FX is louder than the FX1. Then another difference is the LED light indicating. So with the Low Pro FX, The light would indicate at the bottom, so once you have it on, when your battery was getting low, you would get an indicator light at the bottom that would flash red to let you know that your battery is getting low. I think it flashes when you've got 20% battery left, whereas the Low Pro FX1, it's just right there on the bottom. Let's see if we zoom in. Here we go. Yeah, I think getting it in. There we go. So yeah, I can literally just push on the bottom, and then you've got a 4 LED light system at the bottom. Each LED light represents obviously then 25%, so you can see how much battery life you have left with the FX1. Then the last kind of difference I would say between them, other than some of the obvious things that have been highlighted in previous videos that I've done and on the box of the clipper, but one that I really wanted to highlight is the difference in the lever system. So there is a different lever system with the FX1. So we'll have a little bit of a closer look at that. Okay, so as you can see, there is a very different lever on the Low Pro FX1 versus the Low Pro FX. Some of the differences: firstly, the Low Pro FX had a metal click lever system, whereas the FX1 now has a plastic click lever system. But don't let that fool you. This is a far superior lever and click lever system. So I'll try and demonstrate this for you. If I go through, if I want to say through the gears with the Low Pro FX, as you can see, it's kind of snappy, but it's not really smooth. It's got a bit of a like juddiness to it, if that's a word. But yeah, as you can see, it's not very smooth. So not the best in terms of the click lever system. I found the lever system on the Babyliss Boost Plus clippers to be better. Whereas now, if you look at the FX1, so much more smoother. It just really nicely clicks through. It's not jumping and juddering and missing gears. It just goes through the 5 gear or the 5-point system very, very smoothly. And for me, this is a massive improvement on the FX1. It's just how smooth and how easy it is to go through the gears. I wouldn't even have to look at the clipper to know what gear I'm in. I can easily just click through without looking and know where I'm at as well. So that's another feature there as well. Also, I'd forgot to mention, you can notice the grooves on the Low Pro FX1. It's got these finger grooves on this side as well as on the other side. And with the Low Pro FX, it just had the grooves at the bottom, but it didn't have these side grooves, which I've found to be really useful and just give another level of comfort when holding the clipper as well. Then to the kind of final thing that I will mention, and I hope you can see this clear enough, but the difference in the blades. So if I move this in a little bit closer. Okay, so I've put a fade blade on the on my Low Pro FX. It originally came with the Babyliss wedge blade, but I put a fade blade on it. But on the FX1, it's got a ultra thin fade blade, and hopefully, if I put them side by side, you'll be able to see the difference. But the FX1 is definitely thinner as it gets to the point versus the original Low Pro FX, and I found it to be really nice when fading and being able to get closer to skin and doing a nice smooth contoured fade. I really like this blade as well, and as we know, it's just been heavily publicized. It's got the MIM, it's ultra thin MIM blade, where it has the little reservoirs on this side of the blade where oil can go into to keep the blade lubricated for longer, which I think is a great addition as well. So that's, I think, everything that I'd wanted to cover in this video, but hopefully you found that useful in terms of that just kind of side-by-side comparison of the original Low Pro FX versus the new Low Pro FX1 clipper. Hope you found that useful, guys. As always, please like, subscribe, leave your comments, and I'll be back with another video shortly.